Hello students, welcome to chemistry video session. So we are in the part 6 of unit 1, that is some basic concept of chemistry. In the previous video we studied about precision, accuracy, addition and subtraction of significant figures, multiplication and division of significant figures, and dimensional analysis. In this video, you are going to learn about the next topic of the unit 1, that is laws of chemical combination. So you have to study total 6 laws. The first one is law of conservation of mass. Second one, law of definite proportion. Third one, law of multiple proportion. Fourth one, Gay-Lussac's law of gaseous atoms. Fifth one, Avogadro law. And the sixth one, Dalton's atomic theory. First law, that is law of conservation of mass. So this law was put forth by Antoine Lavoisier in 1789. So according to this law, matter can neither be created and nor destroyed. So this is the statement of law of conservation of mass. Already you studied in the 9th standard this law. So the statement is matter can neither be created nor destroyed, and this law was proposed by Antoine Lavoisier. So this law formed the basis for several later developments in the chemistry. This was a result of exact measurement of masses of reactants and products. So in a chemical reaction, no matter can be created or it can be destroyed. So during a chemical reaction, number of reactant or mass of reactant is equal to the mass of the product formed. Second one, law of definite proportion. This law was given by a French chemist, Mr. Joseph Proust. The statement of the law is, a given compound always contains exactly the same proportion of elements by weight. So a given compound always contains exactly the same proportion of elements by weight. So he worked with the 2 samples of cupric carbonate. One was natural origin and the other was synthetic one. He found that the composition of elements present in them was same. Okay. So that is in the natural compound and as well as in the synthetic compound, the element or composition of element present is found to be same. Hence, irrespective of source of a given compound always contains exactly the same elements in the same proportion. So you can see here in the natural sample of cupric carbonate, the percentage of copper is 51.35 percentage of oxygen is 9.74 and percentage of carbon is 38.91. So these are the three elements present in the cupric carbonate. So in synthetic sample also it is found to be, the composition is found to be same. For copper, same value, for oxygen and carbon also. Therefore, we can say irrespective of the source, the given compound contain exactly the same proportion of elements by weight. Next one, law of multiple proportion. This law was proposed by Mr. Dalton in 1803. The statement of the law is, if two elements can combine to form more than one compound, the masses of one element that combines with a fixed mass of other elements are in the ratio of small whole numbers. Example, hydrogen combines with the oxygen to form two compounds, water and hydrogen peroxides. In water, 2 grams of hydrogen combines with 16 grams of oxygen. In hydrogen peroxide, same 2 gram of hydrogen combines with 32 gram of oxygen. So here oxygen ratio in water and hydrogen peroxide is 1:2. Here hydrogen is the fixed element, oxygen is varying 1. So therefore the mass of one element that combines with the fixed mass of other element will be in the simple ratio. Here in this example 1:2 is the ratio of oxygen in water and hydrogen peroxide. Another example for a law of multiple proportion. Consider carbon and oxygen combination. Carbon can combine with the oxygen to form two compounds, carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide. CO is carbon monoxide, CO2 is carbon dioxide. In carbon monoxide, here the mass of carbon is fixed, that is 12.01. In both the cases, one carbon atom is there. So mass of carbon is 12.01 gram. So here varying element is oxygen. So in the carbon monoxide it is one atom, therefore 16 gram of oxygen. In carbon dioxide it is 2 oxygen atom, 16 into 2, 32 gram of oxygen is combining with the carbon. So therefore ratio of oxygen, where carbon is fixed but varying is oxygen. Therefore ratio of oxygen in carbon dioxide to oxygen in carbon monoxide is 2:1. Next is Gay-Lussac's law of gaseous atoms. This law was given by Mr. Gay-Lussac in 1808. The statement of the law is, when gases combine or are produced in a chemical reaction, they do so in a simple ratio by volume, provided all gases are at same temperature and pressure. Example, 100 ml of hydrogen combined with 50 ml of oxygen to give 100 ml of water vapor. Thus, the volumes of hydrogen and oxygen which combine together, that is 150 ml, bear a simple ratio of 2:1. So always there will be combination will be in the simple ratio. When gases combine or when they are produced during a chemical reaction, their ratio will be in simple ratio. Volume will be in simple ratio. volumes of hydrogen react with 1 volume of oxygen to give 2 volumes of water vapor. So that is, here ratio of volume of hydrogen and oxygen is 2:1. Next is Avogadro law. This law was proposed by Avogadro in 1811. The statement of this law is equal volumes of gases at the same temperature and pressure should contain equal number of molecules. So, equal volume of gases at the same temperature and pressure should contain equal number of molecules. Next law is Dalton's atomic theory. So, this theory was proposed by John Dalton in 1808. So, he given a theory, he given 3 or 4 statements to explain about combination of atom during a chemical reaction. The first statement given was matter consists of indivisible atoms. All the atoms of a given element have identical properties including identical mass. Atoms of different elements differ by mass. So according to him, every matter is made up of indivisible atoms. So further atom cannot be divisible. That was the statement given by the Dalton. And in the second statement, he is telling that all the atoms of a given element have identical properties including identical mass. For example, in water, there will be hydrogen and oxygen. In hydrogen peroxide, H2O2, there also will be hydrogen and oxygen. The properties of hydrogen and oxygen in water and hydrogen and oxygen property in hydrogen peroxide are identical. So because in both the compounds there exists hydrogen and oxygen. Third statement is compounds are formed when atoms of different elements combine in a fixed ratio. Okay, Dalton, he says that during the combination of atoms or elements to form the compound, there will be fixed ratio for the combination. Chemical reactions involve reorganization of atoms. So during the chemical reaction, there will be reorganization of atoms. There will be breakage of bonds, there will be movement of atoms from one place to another place. So actually there will be reorganization of the atoms. So these atoms, they are neither be created nor be destroyed in a chemical reaction. Okay. During a chemical reaction, there will be no extra atoms are added or existing atoms are destroyed. So whatever the atoms are present in the reactant, that will be retained in the product. Thank you, students. I hope you are familiar with all the laws. So we'll meet in the next video with some more concepts. Thank you.